Good morning. It's turned out nice again. Motherfuck. It's Friday the 26th. It's Friday. It's Friday the 26th of January 2018 and you're watching KopTalk.tv. Alright. Hey look, guess who's with me? Hey, Rodney. Rodders. Yeah, good old Rodders. I miss Rodders so much, man. I know I've got my little puppy now, but I miss Rods. As do some of you guys. He was a popular character on KopTalk.tv, wasn't he? Aye. Well, where were we? Hey, I seen this news article today, guys. I've only just come into this office. I've been in my other office today doing a bit of writing and shit. So I've just got to this one. That's where I've got my coffee and that. And I see this headline online, right? Liverpool ace Van Dijk spotted filling up outrageous £100,000 4x4 ahead of FA Cup clash. That, my friends, is a fucking headline. With, right, brace yourselves, right, pictures of him holding the petrol nozzle thing, right, putting fuel in his vehicle. That, my friends, is fucking news today. Can you believe it? A few days away from the transfer window, and that's the shit that we're being fed. Alright? Virgil van Dijk is snapped out and about in Cheshire ahead of Liverpool's FA Cup 4th round tie against West Brom on Saturday, 7:45 PM in brackets. Liverpool defender Van Dijk has been spotted filling up his huge Mercedes 4x4 with petrol. And the 6'5" ace looks absolutely tiny next to his monster vehicle. Guys, I can't. He stood next to this. The picture I can see here. All right, he stood on a little bit of a step because of the bit around the pumps. Right, he's actually taller than the fucking car. He's taller than the fucking big Jeep, and he's crouching down a bit. Fuck me, I can't even believe I'm making a video about this wank. The customised Mercedes G-Wagon costs 100 grand. Woo! It's only £30,000 more than my Mercedes, and he's a fucking millionaire. What? How is that a fucking headline? Seriously? Express. Did I tell you it was the Express? You already knew this, guys, didn't you? You would know this. The Daily Star have done something similar. £75 million Liverpool man Virgil van Dijk filling up monster. Not outrageous, monster 100 grand Mercedes motor. Same company, Express Star, both a load of fucking shite. Alright, what else is there to talk about today, guys? Anything else? Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Are you doing out? Do you know what I'm doing? Fuck all. I'll be in here. Yeah, right. I wonder if I should do some videos this weekend. I've started thinking about doing some live broadcasts and that, you know, like on the Facebook page and that. You know, like when the game's on. I used to do these years ago. They were popular. Like via different companies and that. And you just sit there and watch the game and chill with everyone and have a little chat and stuff and rant and rave and celebrate and stuff like that. But to sit there, you know, it's a bit. I don't know about you, right? But if you're not at the game and you are going to watch it on telly, then I'd rather just sit and watch it without any distractions. You know what I mean? It's a long time to sit there 90 minutes without scratching your ass, rubbing your balls, you know, picking your nose and stuff like that, because you're conscious that everyone's watching. You know what I mean? So anyway, so you see this other thing today? Javier Pastore. Is that how you pronounce his name, guys? It says he turns down move to join Liverpool. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Nothing about him yet. 28 years of age, a year younger than Lallana, because they mentioned Lallana in the same article. With the Argentine midfielder also unfamiliar to the Premier League, yet reports in Italy believe Liverpool wanted to bring Pastore. It's probably Pastore. You know, to Anfield this January on loan from the League One leaders, only to be rejected for Inter Milan. I haven't heard anything much about him recently, have you guys? I haven't heard much about that. But you know, people keep saying to me, you know, there's people that obviously don't like FSG, right? Extremely don't like them, will never, ever, ever acknowledge them for anything, to do anything right. I don't like FSG, if I'm honest. I don't trust them. I think that their ownership's a bit part-time-ish. I don't think they're that bothered, you know, about the club, for sure. I think they're more bothered about the coin. But, you know, we could have worse owners. But, you know, I will still put my hand up if I think that they've, you know, if I've got something wrong, and I think they've done all right with something. But there's some people that, you know, will absolutely, you know, that are absolutely hell-bent on everything to do with them. And they're all, you know, very much at the moment, a lot of them that I come into, I'm not dissing any of them because, you know, some of them are my friends. You know, they're very much along the lines of it's all PR spin. You know, there's no such bids going in for people like Lamar. We're not really trying to sign him. It's just to make it look like that. And I can understand that. I can understand people thinking like that because we've been subjected to that many windows, haven't we, where we get linked to a host of players and don't, you know, follow up on them, or it doesn't, not follow up on them, it just doesn't materialise for whatever reasons. And a lot of people are suspicious, you know, they're already saying, that's it, you know, you're all being mugged off, you know, blah, blah, fucking blah, blah, blah. Anyway, my opinion is, right, and this is based as on Friday the 26th of January, I think we're still, you know, involved, and we could, you know, make a purchase or two, or whatever you want, you know, whatever you want to say. I think that it's very much down to, you know, I can think of a couple of players where we've put offers on the table, and we're just not we're not meeting their demands, you know, at the moment. So if Liverpool change that policy and go, do you know what, fuck it, just pay it, right? Then they will complete a deal before the window closes. The same if the owning club turns around and goes, all right, fuck it, you can have him. So, you know, it's not exactly groundbreaking insight to say we could do some more business. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of people now going, no. If I thought that, I'd say it. So, like you know, I'm just going to sit around and watch and see what happens. I mean, the longer it goes on, the less likely you would imagine that, you know, anything will come to fruition. But I honestly, guys, I'm not one of these people that thinks that it's just all a big sham and, you know, there's nothing really happening. I think as it stands, we are trying to strengthen the squad. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you can't be mugged off. You can't. You know, if you've got a player valued at £50 million, right, and it's January and they don't want to sell, you know, and you're saying, all right, we'll give you 60 million. If they then come in and say, no, we want 70, what do you do? It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because as supporters, we often go, just pay the fucking money, you know, but you can't allow yourself to be mugged off. You just can't. And I think sometimes paying that extra, premium, you know, an extra 10 million or something, is already being fucking mugged off. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. And I think that is what has happened to us multiple transfer windows, where we're just going, nah, we're not doing it. And I mean, there's been a couple of exceptions. I mean, Virgil van Dijk, man, come on, 75 million fucking pounds. Yeah. Naby Keita, Naby Keita. That kid from Germany, all right, again, we paid a premium on that. We actually paid, you know, most people pay a premium to get a deal in earlier. We actually paid a premium for a fucking future deal. I've never known out like that, ever. Not that I can think of, anyway. So, I guess it's all down to the manager, isn't it? I've seen people saying, oh, he's not being back. I don't believe that either. I don't like the owners particularly, right? You know that what I think. But at the same time, guys, I don't believe that they are being obstructive with the manager. I just don't believe that. I don't believe that. And I think the manager's shown he is prepared to wait for his targets or not. And that's, you know, if something goes wrong between now and, you know, the end of the season, whose fault is it then? Is it FSG's or is it the manager's if he chooses to dig in, you know? So all I wanted to say really in this video was that I still think that there's the possibility that we could do something, and until my opinion changes, that's what I'll stick with. Like you know, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, right. But honestly, I do believe that, just from what I've been told, that there was just like a couple of offers on tables, and Liverpool had walked away and said take it or leave it. So until the window closes, they could still be taken, I guess. But I know we say this every bloody window. Fucking around with my nail. But there you go. There you go. All right. It'd be nice to see some stuff. I tell you what, as well. You know, I've noticed. You know, some people will say that it's unreasonable for Liverpool support. They'll say when people are defending FSG or the club. Right, whenever anywhere, I find myself, right, if I'm out in a shop or anything, or in town, and I hear someone say the word club, I always go, yeah, for sure. It's becoming an obsession. I see when people are defending the club or the owners or whatever, and they'll say that Liverpool fans are being unfair. You know, they're not being realistic, because all they're thinking about is they've seen their rivals strengthen, and now they're moaning. Well, God forbid that. I mean, isn't that fucking common sense? So you've got a squad, right? And you see your rivals already strengthening a decent squad, and you're not. You know, because you could say, you know, well, we've got Virgil van Dijk. Yeah, but we let Coutinho go. So people just want to see something else, that's all, don't they? It's not fucking rocket science, is it, guys? I don't know. Is there anything worth fucking talking about today? It's a bit early in the day, innit? That Thomas Lemar, see there, they're saying that he's favourites for Liverpool still. Fuck that. Don't get into that, especially that fucking Sky bet, guys. Don't fall into that trap of believing anything the fucking bookmakers say, because all that is where people have put money on and they're just protecting themselves. Yeah? And I've seen it a million times, right, with Sky Bet, where they've said something, you know, looks possible on Sky Sports News, right? How would they get away with it? I don't know. And then people lump on because they think it's going to happen, and then someone says it on Twitter and they lump on. And it's just loads of fucking idiots lumping on something. And that obviously, because the bookmakers would have to pay out more money, if that happened, they have to reduce the odds. So most of the time, the odds and stuff are wank. Of course there's exceptions, but I don't pay any attention to the bookies when it comes to transfers. I'm a betting man, right? I've been a gambler all my life. I love a flutter, right? That shit is just nah. Ooh, can you hear that? Right, I've got to go because I've got an engineer technician guy coming out to sort something out. Right, guys, I'll speak to you in a bit. Hooray.